Yeah.
Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Yes, back once again. They haven't canceled us yet. I'm Jim, and there's Todd.
And over here, our wonderful producer, Lisa Gray, in the house.
Hi.
Yes, we are all back here on the Take a Listing Today podcast. Today's show, show number 116.
They're in for a treat here.
Oh, this is a treat. How about discussing 3 old school tips for getting listings fast? Anybody want a fast listing?
And think about that. The name of the podcast is Take a Listing Today. So anything we do on here is going to give you strategy, an idea, a concept that could lead to you taking a listing today.
Yeah. So it's not take a listing tomorrow or next week.
No, not when you get around to it.
Nope. It's today. So let's get into it. It's officially listing season. And unfortunately, this one looks a lot like last year, where there's tons of buyer demand and just a small supply of homes for those buyers to buy. Homeowners who do decide to sell are the big winners, while buyers and real estate agents are hungry for more homes to hit the market. Getting listing leads quickly in this market may seem impossible, but it's really not. No, it's not easy, but it is possible. So, why don't we go over 3 old school tips to help you drum up more listings. Tip number 1 is to go after the starter homes. Now, starter homes are not only in high demand right now, but as you know, they are in very short supply. Sure, a homeowner's reluctance to sell has a lot to do with that shortage, and many of them are afraid they can't afford their next home.
And I'm seeing right now a lot of realtors and a lot of friends that are investors, they're going after these and fixing them up so they're not looking at the market and being afraid of what's happening. So they're just getting more doors, and the market's projected to keep going up. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but this is a great place to start for a lot of reasons.
That's why you want to start there, because the market is going up. They have equity that they may not know about in those properties.
Correct. And listing these are great because how many people need starter homes? There's a ton of them out there, and a lot of them might be priced out.
Right. So how about some farming to these starter homes with some direct mail? That's the best way to reach out and educate these homeowners. Now, you can start by narrowing the audience to those who've owned their homes for more than 10 years. Then create a very simple direct mail piece that highlights the equity that these owners have accumulated. The ProspectsPLUS Call to Action series has a postcard that offers a free home equity analysis, which is an ideal marketing piece for this situation.
Well, and the cool thing is on ProspectsPLUS, of course, you can also pull that mailing list of homeowners that have been in their home more than 10 years. It's a very easy thing to do. So now you've got your list, you've got your call to action card, promoting equity analysis, you're good to go.
That's very important that you can actually pull that mailing list.
Yeah.
Specifying somebody who's lived in there for 10 years or longer.
Exactly.
Nice.
And remember, you and I, we knew this a long time ago, and it just came to me at our producers meeting. Remember that company, Hobbs and Herter? Well, they did a study, and it was just a study to see, and it was an area. So they had agent A and agent B. Agent B was real, agent A was fictitious, but they did mass mailings and they marketed beyond belief. Then they later on sent out a little survey. If you were to buy or sell, which agent would you go with? And it was the fictitious agent because mind share equals market share.
Right.
Wow.
Interesting.
Tells you what marketing can do.
Right.
All right. Now, Marie Beckman states that at the end of 2021, home equity grew to $9.9 trillion on a national level. That's a 35% increase from the previous year. And it also leaves the average homeowner with $185,000 of tappable equity. Lisa, may I ask you, who is Marie Beckman?
Just a buddy.
A high-powered agent.
In my book club.
Right.
All right, that's cool.
That's all we need to know, right?
All right. Marie states that that's what happened. Okay.
We'll accept it. Yep.
Great.
I could really say anything, couldn't I?
Right.
All right.
Anything will work.
If you can localize those stats, all the better. But overall, don't you agree that $185,000 sounds good right about now to a lot of homeowners? Sounds pretty good. All right, so that's tip number 1, the starter home. Tip number 2, do more socializing. That doesn't mean drinking. It just means socializing.
Right.
Although that might help you
You
forget.
can have a glass of wine, but let's not overdo it.
Right, exactly. Like some of our contestants a while back. Okay.
Yeah, they might have been hitting. Well, and you know what I wrote down here, and I love this because I would say the best agents in the country do this great. That's how they built their brand.
Mm-hmm.
So they've done it by marketing, and they've been in the field. They're not hiding behind a computer. They're in the field. They're shaking hands, not just networking in their farm, but they're doing networking real estate agent events, learning who's who's their competition. But this is a huge thing. It's huge.
Well, and when you start pairing an image on a postcard that you've sent
Right.
to a farm with the real person,
Yeah.
I mean, now you've really done something.
Well, and your marketing piece is now 10 times more impactful
You're
after.
real. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going back to that piece because she likes that dude's beard.
Hopefully Kurt
From
doesn't
that-
listen
from last
to
week.
this episode. Yeah.
Kurt's going to have a beard and a couple of
I hear Kurt loves our shows, actually.
Yeah,
He thinks we're hilarious.
He thinks so. Yeah.
Lisa doesn't, but at least he does.
Right. He goes.
Are
You
you
guys.
kidding me? I laugh till I'm crying on these shows.
I thought you were crying because you had to be here. Oh,
Well, that too.
okay.
Both.
It goes both ways.
All right.
Right.
So, with the weather outside no longer frightful, is that like a snow reference?
The whole thing's going
Maybe.
with the Christmas theme. Did you notice?
We're like into May, right?
Right, but you've heard of Christmas in July. It's just Christmas in May.
Hey, let me tell you something, buddy. In Wisconsin, it just snowed on Tuesday.
Well, that's why we don't live in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So,
There's still
Does this look
frightful,
like
there's still
you-
frightful weather in parts of the country.
we're here for a reason?
the only thing frightful out there is maybe a shark or something. So, we're all right.
Yep.
Okay. Now is a great time to consider a client appreciation event. This one, however, will have a twist, of course. It will be a potential client appreciation event. Meaning it may not happen, or what do we...
No, it's for potential clients that are going to gravitate towards you.
I'm actually seriously confused.
Send the invite. We may be having this on this day. Maybe show up. No. Potential client.
They're going to be a client in the
Potential
future.
goes with the client, the potential client,
Right.
not potential event.
Okay, so they might be clients, but the event is going on.
Yeah,
The
you're
event.
going after.
All
Yeah,
right.
instead of, I mean, you could always have a client appreciation event with past clients, and you could then maybe get referrals from that. But this is, you're going to invite.
Doesn't actually have to be
leads.
past clients.
Yeah,
These
you're
are-
going to invite some of your maybe people in your farm.
Got
That
it.
type of thing.
That makes sense. All right. The goal here is to extend your brand recognition to those potential sellers in your farming area. Hold the event outdoors, preferably in a park near their homes. Now, agents we've spoken to offer up the following ideas. How about a barbecue, movie night, an ice cream social, a block party, an outdoor concert, a day at a sporting event, which might be good for 2 or 3 of your most promising leads, and a seller seminar.
Here's what I like about what you just said, right? And I talk to our Market Dominator members that are signing up every single week, and we talk about doing stuff like this because we talk about when that marketing piece hits. That's a great piece. That's the best farming piece in the country. Now, that alone is going to do good, but good is the enemy of great. If you can do an event, so if your people can meet you somehow, oh, I met her, she's sharp, she knows the market, she knows market stats. If you can do something in there, whether it's door hangers, you might meet some people accidentally, right? Well, what do we talk about? 10 times the impact of your marketing piece. Oh, I met him, he's sharp, now there's some magic to that as opposed to just a random card.
Yeah,
Right.
it's great. And these are fun ideas too, and they're a
Right.
little bit different. We were talking about in the pre-meeting, the movie night, that you can actually rent those blow-up screens and show a movie. Pick an old classic that everybody loves and show it.
Oh, I'll give you one. This is crazy. And this happened to me when I was promoting Tony Robbins. So in any gated community, and I shared this with one of our Market Dominator members 2 weeks ago, because we were just brainstorming afterwards. I go, you know what I never forgot? So we were in our young 20s selling tickets for Tony Robbins. So we go out at the gate every morning, and we're all dressed and we're all peeling off. The leasing office, this was incredible. Never happened again in my life. One morning they went out there from let's say 7 to 9, and they had a couple little stands. So everybody leaving, you got hot chocolate, coffee, a granola bar, a donut, and and they greeted you on the way out. Wow.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
never again has that happened to me. And I thought, wow, good for them. I mean, just a soft, gentle touch. Who's gonna? So that filters right into here.
Could you imagine doing that in your farm, standing at the exit in the morning?
And you're just giving
people
stuff.
are coming
You're
out.
just giving stuff.
Yeah, a donut.
I mean,
or something.
it was magical because I was just renting there and I'm leaving in a month and a half to the new city. What did I care? But idea-wise, I was like, wow, that was a wow factor.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Now, don't forget that invitations sent out to your farm area should be simple and attractive. The event, if the event is family friendly, let them know that as well. And I'm assuming that our fine friends over at ProspectsPLUS.com have a card that somebody can send out to invite people
definitely.
to one of these events. All right, cool.
Absolutely.
Step number 3 now. Oh, we've heard of this before. Take a dip into your CRM. When was the last time you actually went fishing in your CRM?
Well, and this is an interesting point because every single realtor in the country knows about this, right?
They do.
Put your contacts in and stay in touch with them. Boom, drip campaign.
It's not fun, but everybody knows they have to do it.
Correct. It's not fun. Everyone knows they have to do it, but the majority don't do it. I didn't do it when I was a realtor. It's too much work. It's tedious. I want the now business. It's going after the FISBOs, boom, boom, boom.
Hey, speaking of the guy from last week, Austin.
Yeah.
Remember what he said? He uses the QR code. People scan that. They end up on his website.
Yep.
From there, he has an opt-in that makes them want to leave their personal information, and that personal information goes right into his CRM.
That was pretty smart.
Yeah.
It's hands off. It happens
Oh, my
automatically. He doesn't have to spend time because he shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Doesn't have to have an assistant do it. He can work on manicuring his beard. It's wonderful.
And then in a moment like this, he goes and dips in there and starts going through the
Correct.
people. Maybe he couldn't get a hold of them originally. Now he tries again.
And if you missed our show on QR codes, go back a week ago because we actually had a gentleman on the show that had a QR code on the front and back, two different things, and goes right into his CRM. Right.
Yeah. And you can check
But
out.
I'm just saying.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Okay.
You can check out the beard that Lisa was going all gaga over as well.
Yes.
On last week's show.
Yeah. No, it's really great. Really smart.
All right. So, warm calls are always easier than cold calls, right? We'll start with your past clients and call each of them. Explain the lack of inventory and ask if they know anyone who is thinking of selling. And then dive deeper into your old leads, especially those who you supplied a listing presentation to and they ended up not selling.
Old leads. Let's talk about old leads for a second, right? So most people, okay, these people didn't buy or sell. Boom, they throw them away. We all know Dave Ramsey, the financial guy.
Yep.
So Dave Ramsey, so think about this, on all of his radio shows, he's asking for stuff so that he's getting a ton of leads. Well, a few years ago, and I just knew this from some conversations, he hired Dean Jackson to revive old leads, and that's all they worked on. So Dean got paid to go help him, say, take all this and have some kind of campaign, and that, boom, increased revenue crazy because as opposed to just, they weren't interested, let's revisit them and let's, they raised their hand at some point.
That's the low-hanging fruit, I believe is the word.
So that was very interesting that Dave Ramsey...
Was this for his seminars or what was it what was Dave doing?
Well, the stuff he was selling on the radio.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
All right.
Just, people that inquired and bailed. So he brought Dean Jackson on board to say, hey, I'm getting killed here. And Dean's like, boom, all right, we got it handled. And they did it.
I bet he did a 9-word email. I bet you that was one of the things.
Yeah. I don't know the details. I just know they worked together.
Look, anybody listening, look up 9-word email, Dean Jackson.
Yes.
Dean Jackson's great for helping agents.
Can we get Dean on the show?
I'd love
That'd
to.
be nice.
I've asked him before. He's a busy man.
Well, I know he's busy, but he's only like 2 hours away from here.
I know. I'll tell you the next
He
time
would do audio.
the next time he's in town, that's it. We're gonna just wrangle him on in here.
No, we don't want audio. Now we could do Zoom. We could do a Zoom deal.
Yeah.
If that works out better for
I
him.
think he's going to be up there in Orlando for a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So just make sure that all of the seller leads in your database are going to get a phone call from you, regardless of how old they are. Finally, call everybody in your SOI to see if they know of anybody else who is thinking of selling.
And here's what's great about the sentence Jim just said, right? And maybe not in this market, but here's what's true. Everybody knows somebody, and maybe not in this market, in a normal market, everybody knows somebody who will buy or sell in the next 12 months. Think about that. We do. Yeah. Or we know people in our own office that have bought. And so that's very interesting. So don't just think, oh, geez, even the 9-year thing.
Yeah.
People stay in touch. Why? People move 6 months from now. People use, we talked about that Tuesday.
Right.
People moving quickly. So you've got to stay in touch all the time with them because we don't know what that, need is or what the timing is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So here's something that a lot of people just forget about. When you are done speaking to all of the people in your SOI, don't forget to put them on a scheduled campaign. A campaign of postcards.
That should be a no-brainer right there.
And a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to have to mail out cards every month and go through all that hassle. Is that a hassle, Lisa?
No, it's not. 37
not.
seconds. I always
37 seconds.
You can set up a campaign.
So ProspectsPLUS.com offers over 40 campaigns directed towards SOIs, farms, niches. You need to go on there and take a look at that. You set it up once, as Lisa said, and then it just goes out automatically.
Automagic. I love that word.
That's a great
you
word,
made
huh?
up a great word.
Yeah, but that's a good word.
Okay, like
it's not like
reticent.
Reticent.
You're reticent to like
automagically.
My words.
I like
that. Thank you. When you say reticent, it sounds like you should have a D in there. There's not even a D in that word. If you spelled it right, because I have no idea if you even spelled it right.
If I put a D in there, will you like the word better?
No. Okay. It takes just minutes to launch a scheduled campaign, and you only pay when each month's mailing goes out.
37 seconds, maybe.
That's true. If you're good at it,
if you're good.
Lisa, that is your one true talent, is ordering a campaign. 37 seconds.
I know. It took 57 years to find my one true talent. It's exciting.
Okay.
I want a ribbon for that.
So don't forget these old school techniques. They are tried and true. If you need listings relatively quickly, like today, give one a try. What have you got to lose?
Exactly. So visit this. Maybe you're not going to implement everything, but you and I know, and we're going to beat it until you have it, because watch, he or she with the most systems in place wins the game. If you just have one dimension, one system, and it dries up, you're over, show's over. Right. So look at some of these and implement the ones that feel most comfortable for you that you can implement in your market.
I'll tell you, when I was in sales, I couldn't learn the lesson enough of the day that I just don't want to cold call. I just don't want to go out there. Oh, that stupid looking building there. There's going to be crap in there. And then you just make yourself do it and you end up with this amazing sale.
Right.
It's always when you think, oh, this is going to be a waste of my time that you get in there and you find a nugget. And
right.
So please don't walk away from this and think, I've done all this. Just forget it. No, just go back in and look one more time at these ideas and try it.
That's what most of our podcast viewers think.
Exactly.
This show's going to be a waste of my time. But then they watch it and then they're like, whoa,
and then
this is really good.
3 minutes into it, 18 minutes into it, and they're leaning closer. Yeah.
I've spent this much time so far. It's got to be coming good soon, right?
No. And then it's over and they're like, well, I made it through. No, actually, remember that one agent was listening to us on Alexa, on her Alexa.
That's right.
In her tower, in her house. She just was making dinner or whatever and said, Alexa, put on a real estate podcast. And it grabbed our podcast, and she was so excited about what she learned. It was, it was about your market dominator.
It was?
We were talking a show about the market dominator.
Stuff actually works.
And I'll tell you what she's so sharp. I just saw one of her magazines. She's doing the home, that Homes and Life. Hold that up.
Yeah.
She's doing the Homes and Life magazine because I just saw it come through as well. But she's also doing the Dominator. So. She got some really good pointers on the show that she was listening to. But yeah, people forget
great,
you can
actually.
listen to podcasts on Alexa.
Right.
You could listen while you sleep. It would hypnotize you about all these good ideas.
Ooh, subliminal programming.
You get up in the morning, you're like, I'm going to go into my CRM and look for stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I'm going to prospect today from 9 to noon and go on 3 listing appointments this afternoon.
I don't know why. I just feel like doing it now.
I'm on assignment. I'm putting myself on assignment. I'm putting myself on assignment.
Is this who you want us to call?
Yes. Shall we?
Yeah. Why not? Here, Lisa.
Throw it at me.
Call that person, please.
Let's see.
They're happy, though.
Very happy.
Yeah.
They look like brothers almost.
You think they are? I do.
Oh, Jim and Lee, they are brothers.
Okay, yeah.
That's cool.
Wow. Adult brothers get along well enough to work together. Have you ever heard of something like
That
that?
would never happen. No.
No.
I don't believe that.
No.
That's fantasy. That's fiction. Okay, this is Mary Beth.
Mary Beth.
Hello, this is Mary Beth.
Mary Beth, this is Jim and Todd and Lisa. We're calling from the Take a Listing Today podcast because you mailed out a postcard with ProspectsPLUS.com, and I've got it in my hands right now. You remember doing that?
Yes. I've mailed out a few.
Well, that's awesome. This is a beautiful Happy Mother's Day postcard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going out this week.
Yep. So we wanted to call you. You're on the Take a Listing Today podcast live, and we wanted to congratulate you and ask you about the card. What inspired you? It's beautiful, actually, and we're going to give you a chance to win a prize here. Very nice.
Well, thank you.
Holidays.
Well, I guess I'm a people person, and I'm a connections person, and I'm a mama person, and so I went through my whole list and said, okay, it's just going to be moms this week, and so I sent it to all my mom friends.
Wow.
And clients and connections, and I feel like I think it's going to be a good one.
It's beautiful. It's really a nice card.
Great touch.
It is nice. And you put these flowers on the back, too, to make it more mom-like and beautiful. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I have fun. Playing with them.
It's great.
yeah,
That's great.
no, it's a beautiful card. And this actually came hot off the press. Prospects Plus gave it to
excited.
us. Yeah, so whoever was going to get this card is not going to get it now because it's sitting in here. I'm just kidding.
He's teasing.
I'm just kidding. This was an extra one. So.
You can keep mine. I sent myself an extra one.
Oh, okay, good, nice. Very nice, very nice. Well, that's awesome, Mary Beth. We just want to call and say congratulations on having such great taste to send out these kind of campaigns on ProspectsPLUS.com. And because you do so much business with those guys, maybe you'd be interested in winning a gift card that you can use on almost anything on their site, along with some wonderful podcast swag. Doesn't that sound great?
What do you
That
think?
sounds just fine. Yep.
All right. Now the questions are kind of crazy, so bear with us. And Jim, here we go. Here's your first question. You have 3 options. Here we go.
I'll read you the question and 3 possible answers, Mary Beth, and you just give me the correct answer. Simple as that.
Okay. We'll see if I pass.
All right. I think you do fine. Here we go. Here is your question. In Kentucky, it is illegal for a woman to do what? Is it A, marry the same man 4 times?
Oh, wow. There's a limit.
Is it B, skydive on Sunday? Or is it C, insult her donkey?
Oh, boy.
It should be illegal.
Who invents these?
Donkey.
That question should be illegal, okay?
Did they make this question in Kentucky? That sounds like something that would happen there.
It's not fair, but you have a 33% chance. You got this.
Well, I think it's the first one.
Which is marry the same man 4 times.
It should be illegal if it's not.
Are you saying 3 times is fine? 4 is bad?
I think some men it should be illegal to marry 1 time. But
They're going to maybe fine you for the 3rd time.
all right. Is it illegal to marry the same man 4 times? Hey! That is absolutely correct. Congratulations, Mary Beth. Todd, what does she win?
Mary Beth, you just won a $100 gift card to anything on Prospects Plus website and a bunch of swag from the Take a Listing Today podcast and a signed copy of the book, Become a Listing Legend. Congratulations.
Thanks. Well, you're awesome. Thank you.
Hey, you're awesome.
Thank you very much.
Happy Mother's Day, and I will email you your gift card.
Keep up the great work.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
Oh, she was great.
Oh, she was great. Good attitude, sending out Mother's Day cards to mothers in
Talk about how
SLI.
creative.
That's-
Just picked out all the ladies. I mean, very...
And I mean, how long does that take? She just scanned it, did it. And how special is that for every person getting that?
Right.
Honestly, mothers and fathers,
And that's gentle
just being
prospecting.
acknowledged like that is
Yep.
that's meaningful.
Yeah,
You know? 'Cause
absolutely.
when you receive that, you know it took a little bit of time for her to do that.
Right.
And you're not reaching out all the time saying, buy, 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 sell, sell,
Right.
sell.
Correct,
You're just
correct.
saying, hey, I'm thinking of you.
Right. That's a nice, gentle
It's
way.
a very
to-
nice gesture. Well,
Yep.
thank you for joining us on today's show. As always, our show is brought to you by ProspectsPlus.com. Be sure to check them out. Hopefully you learned some tips, the old school tips on how to take a listing today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.